We don't go to work with a green cut crease. What's up, you guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Husna, and today we're gonna be doing clean girl makeup. I have wanted to do this on my channel for so long, and I'm finally getting to it. So if you're a student or you're going into the corporate world and you just want a simple makeup look that looks very cute, very nice, very professional, then you have come to the right spot. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do your makeup in a few simple steps with very affordable products. Some of them affordable, some of them more on the expensive side, but they all help to bring this look together. Can you just see how gorgeous they stand out? So if you want to see more, stay tuned, stay to the end of the video, and make sure you subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. All right, let's get into it. I always love to start off with brows because I don't like doing brows over foundation or over concealer or whatever is on my face, so I like starting with brows. I already moisturized my face though, but you want to start off with a moisturized face before you put on any of your complexion products. But let's get back to the brows. Using this e.l.f. brow lift and then this Benefit Give Me Brow Volumizing Pencil. This needs to be sharpened, but I can't find my sharpener, so we're just gonna make it work. So first, I'm just gonna brush my hairs up like so, and then I'm just gonna fill them in very lightly where my brows are sparse. So let's just go ahead and do that really quick. The good thing about this Benefit Cosmetics brow is that it's not very pigmented, so it just gives you that like natural brow look. Once my brows are all filled in, I'm gonna go ahead and use my brow lift. This is the e.l.f. one. It's $6, so very affordable. I'm going to go in with the brow brush on the Benefit Cosmetics pencil, and then I am just going to brush my hairs up with the product, just to give me that like laminated brow look, but not too much, because you want this to be like a clean girl makeup look. So let's move on to the next step. The next step is going to be foundation. Since my skin is already prepped, I usually shy away from primers because my skin is it doesn't have a lot of pores that need to be like hidden or anything like that, so I find that moisturizer and sunscreen can work as a good primer for me. So I recently tried this foundation. This is going to be your go-to foundation if you want that clean girl makeup. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. There we go. And this is in the shade 6W2 Nutmeg. I love this foundation because it looks very gorgeous on my skin. It does not look like foundation at all. It does not feel like foundation. It's not very heavy. It's very lightweight, and it lasts very long. It lasts for hours and hours. So I just pour that. My only concern is it does not have a pump, so I pour it behind my wrist, my palm, like that. And then I'm gonna take a brush. This is a dense foundation brush. Just take a little bit off of it and apply it to my face. Now this foundation matches me perfectly. I thought it was a little bit dark the first time I tried it, but now that I'm wearing it, I feel like it matches really well, especially because it matches my neck. You always want to wear foundation that matches your neck so that they don't look very like different, if that makes sense. So for foundation, you're just gonna wanna put a little bit of foundation. Do not use a lot of foundation. You want this to be like, to look like you're not wearing any foundation, okay? Okay, so now for the next step, we're gonna use a bronzer. So for this look, you can either just decide to use blush and skip bronzer, but if you're like me and you love a bronzed look, then you can go ahead and use a light bronzer. I love to use this Milk Makeup bronzer, and this is in the shade Blitzed. And I love to just take a little bit on from the little thingy with a brush and then just work it on my cheekbone. You don't want to go too low on your cheekbone, just go a little bit higher to give that snatched look. So just work it both sides of your face. Do you see that dimension that it's already creating? And that's the purpose of using a bronzer or a contour. It just brings back like some kind of warmth to your face. It was kind of like washed out, like because you even out your skin tone using a foundation, you kind of washed out that like liveliness from your face, and so bronzer is just gonna bring that in, or bring that back in. After you have done bronzer, you want to go ahead and use blush. I am a big lover of blush, but for clean girl makeup, you want to be very, very, very mindful. Do not use too much blush because that's gonna look clownish, and you just want to keep it like nice and clean. So I have found that using a very dewy blush works very well for me. I'm gonna be using this Say blush, and this is in the shade Spicy. Love the name. So the first time I tried this blush, I didn't like it because, as I said, I love blush, and this wasn't very pigmented. It was not giving me the pigment that I wanted, and I was just like, to hell with this, I do not like it. But I have grown to love this blush, especially on days when I don't want to be doing too much. So we're just gonna put a lot on here. Trust me, it's not very pigmented, so you can go with as much as you want, and it still will like look like kind of like flushed. So I'm just gonna put blush on top of that bronzer that we did, not too far off, close to it, so it is just that seamless blend. Oh, we're gonna blend this out using this brush. This is the Real Techniques brush. It is number 204, and it's a multitask. No, it is a buffing brush. So we're just gonna go ahead and I guess buff that into my skin. Like I said, do not be afraid of this blush. It's gonna look very nice and flushed. I use it as bronzer sometimes, where it's like a blush and bronzer, and that's where the word bronzing comes in. We are connecting that to my eye because we just want it to look very nice and seamless. Same thing for this side. We're gonna go into the next step, which is one of my favorite steps, concealer. Concealer, it can make or break your makeup game. Especially for clean girl makeup, you want to keep your concealer very, very precise. You don't want to do too much, especially if you're using a brightening concealer. You don't want it to be overly bright. So I love to go in with these two concealers. The first one is this Live Tinted Concealer, and this is in the shade 4. And then I love to go in with a brightening concealer, and that's Tower 28, and that's in the shade SB. So this is my brightening shade, while this is the shade I use to like conceal my dark under eye circles. Right, so the Live Tinted Concealer has a little brush, which in my opinion helps you to keep the concealer where you need it. So your concealer is not going to go anywhere when you use this little brush. Just place it where you have darkness For me, it's like right under my lower lash line, and then a little bit in the middle, and then a little bit at the end like that. So like 3 little dots on both sides of your eye. The other parts of my face where I like to put concealer is my forehead, just to bring in some brightness there, my chin, and right below my nose. That is my concealer placement. Let's get to blending. I'm using a beauty sponge to blend in my concealer, and that's because I don't want too much coverage. So a beauty sponge is gonna take out the excess concealer that you don't need, and that's why I love to blend my concealer with it, especially when I'm doing clean girl makeup. But if I was doing like a full beat, like one with lashes and everything, then I would prefer to use a brush, a concealer brush, because that's just gonna give me more coverage. So for now, we're just gonna use a damp beauty sponge and then go ahead and just blend that in from the outside going in. The next step is gonna be powder. Once you put your concealer on your face, you want to go in with a powder so you can set that cream concealer that's under your eye so you can avoid creasing. So if you're just starting out and you're very beginner, I would suggest using a pressed powder as opposed to a loose powder, because loose powders can be harder to work with. I usually like to go in with this Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder, and this is in the shade 330. So just go ahead and press that in where you have your concealer. So again, don't drag it too low because this is a brightening shade, so you don't want to brighten where you like added shadows and color. You just want to brighten your under eye. So let's go ahead and set this other side. Always make sure you're wiping off the excess on your hand like that, just so it can have an even application. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes and then finish off with my lips. But before that, you want to set that cream blush as well with a powder blush. So we're gonna go ahead and take a brush and use a powder blush. This is coming from my eyeshadow palette. Makeup has no rules. You can use whatever you have in hand. So I'm using this Juvia's palette. This is the Bronze Rustic, and I'm using this orange, deep orange shade over here to just set my cream blush, just like so. I like to move it towards my eye as well. Like I said, we want it to be like all nice and seamless. We're also gonna set the other side in my eyes, a little bit on my nose. Love me a nice red button nose, but that's it for complexion. This is my base. When I'm doing clean makeup, this is always gonna be my base, and then eyes and lips are gonna be last. Okay, so since this is clean girl makeup, we are not doing a green cut crease. We just keep it nice and simple. So I'm going in with the same eyeshadow palette that I used for my blush, and I'm gonna go in with this brown shade here. All right, so I'm gonna give myself a bit of dimension to my eyes just so it matches the rest of my face. As you can see on this side, it's kind of flat and there's a lot of hyperpigmentation there. So we just want to go in with that brown shade and give some warmth to my eyes as well. We're not doing too much to the eyes because you don't want it to take away from the rest of your face. You just want it to marry like seamlessly to the rest of your makeup. So go ahead and buff that into your eyelid, all over your eyelid space, and then you're done. So I'm gonna be using this mascara. This is the Lash Princess mascara from Essence, and this is the green bottle. I've had this for months now and I really like it. It makes my lashes more voluminous. I'm gonna do one side of my face and then I'm gonna have you see the difference that it makes. So let's go ahead and apply mascara to my right side. I'm gonna bring you closer so you can see what I'm talking about. That was just one coat of mascara. This is the eye that does not have mascara, and this has mascara, and you can see just like how nice this mascara is. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do mascara on the other side. All right, so I intentionally moved you closer so I can show you the products that I'm using for my lips. These are the 3 products. You only need a lip liner, a lipstick, and lip oil. You can skip the lipstick and just wear these 2, but I prefer the 3 of them together. So for lip liner, we're gonna be using the Rare Beauty Kind Words lip liner, and this is in the shade Strong. This is like a rich chocolate shade. I do have a double lip line, so I love overlining my cupid's bow and then underlining the sides of my lip. And then the sides of my lip, I'm just gonna underline them on both sides. There we go. Top lip done. Let's move on to the bottom lip. For the bottom lip, I love starting from the outside, the other side, and then just combine them together in the middle and just overline that middle part. Now, since my lips are already lined, we're gonna go ahead and use a lipstick. This is the Prada Hyper Matte lipstick, and I love to use this in the shade P59. It's a nice like pinky nude color, and I love that Prada logo is engraved in there, so it makes it very luxurious. Looks really nice. So we're just gonna stamp it on my bottom lip, and we're not gonna put any on my top lip. Just like that in the middle, and then we're gonna purse my lips so that I can transfer this lip color to the top. There we go. We don't want to do too much. We don't want to put on too much lipstick, and that's why I said it's gonna be easy to like just omit that step and just use a lip oil or a lip gloss of your choice. So I'm gonna be using this e.l.f. Reviver lip oil, and this is in the shade Honey Talks. So we're gonna go ahead and gloss my lips up. All right, so your makeup is not complete if you haven't set it. You put powders, you put creams, and then you put powders on top of it, and now you need to set those two so they just can marry each other. They can just look good together. So I love to use these two setting sprays. The first one is this NYX Dewy Finish setting spray, the green one that you can get from Ulta or even Target. And I love to use the One Size On Until Dawn setting spray. I use this as a finishing spray because it's aerosol, so it just makes my makeup stay like so long, and that's why it's called On Until Dawn. Like this, when I put this on, this makeup is gonna last me the whole night, the whole day. Very refreshing. It just brings life back into your face, and now we look nice and dewy. I'm just gonna allow it like 1 minute to really set all my makeup, and then we're gonna finish off with the On Until Dawn setting spray. So there we have it, folks. This is the finished look. I think it looks very nice, very clean girl coded. It looks so good. All right guys, that's the end of this video. If you love this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this video with your friends so they can be notified every time I post. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna be trying this clean girl makeup. I truly believe that everyone should give it a shot. it looks very nice, it looks very professional. I can go into work like this and not look crazy. I can go into class like this, not look crazy. So make sure you give it a try and let me know in the comments if you do. Thank you guys. I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.